objectives each level. So you see that. So main objective is basically is the addition of all. So middle level objectives are done with the help of lower level or first level, and the top level objectives are done with the help of middle level. All right. So now thing is, how can managers plan effectively in dynamic environment? We know that everything is changing and changing so fast. So then how we can be sure that, okay, if I plan that I can sell 8 cars and anything can happen in this scenario, then what can I do? Should it be flexible or should it be 100% that I have to show my performance 8 car, that's it? So in this scenario, you make a plan that is specific and flexible as well. So in this situation, for example, COVID-19, everybody is selling 2 cars and you ended up selling 3 cars. Then you are efficient. Why? Because COVID-19 hit, car sale prices go down drastically, and others are selling 2 cars. You are given that you would be selling 8 cars, but given the circumstances, given the dynamic environment, you outperform your colleagues, your competitors by selling 3 cars. It means you are effective manager. You should not given any penalty, rather you should be given bonuses or some kind of medals or something. You should recognize their performance. So keep planning even when organization is uncertain. Does it mean that if an environment is uncertain, so we should not plan? This 8 cars, I should not say to the management that I can sell 8 cars? No. You say, maybe you ended up selling 12 cars, or maybe you are ended up selling 3 cars, depending on market situation. If market is up, you're selling 12. So plus that doesn't mean that you are taking averages. That's not the idea of marketing MBOs, management by objective. So it allows lower level organizational level to set goals and develop plans because you know the best. So effective managers are those who see the environment. That environment is dynamic, so rather they just enforce their objective through the top-down approach, traditional approach. They ask through MBOs that, okay, you know better. You take some figures from employees, and then lower level manager, the middle level manager, and then it comes to the top level. So MBO is bottom up approach, which is more flexible. It helps to cater the factors of dynamic environment because they are the one who are facing on their daily routine. And plus on the top level, when these goals come to you, remember the top level managers must be specific and also be flexible as well. Like I gave you the example of COVID-19, in which employees sell 3 cars rather than 8 cars he previously had given the target. All right. Now, the thing is, you said that you are selling 8 cars, and then in a dynamic environment, how you can predict that if something bad happened, how much I can sell? 3 or 4 or 5? So that is done through environmental scanning. So environmental scanning is basically an external environment. Whenever we talk about environment, it is external, which is not under the control of organizational decisions. So it's clean information to detect emerging trends. So one of the fastest way to get the emerging trend is the competitive intelligence, which means gathering information about competitors that allow managers to anticipate competitors' actions rather than merely react to them. It's a proactive approach rather than reactive approach. So in advance, you know their actions and then you devise your strategy to respond accordingly. So in a challenging global environment, environmental scanning and obtaining competitive intelligence can be quite complex as well, especially since information must be gathered from around the world. So your competitor is not only just working in the country, are also working outside of the country. Maybe inside the country they don't have any competition, right? Like Mobil Oil. Exxon Mobil Oil. In some countries they have Exxon Mobil Oil, and other countries they have Mobil Oil. In other countries they are having a joint venture to Exxon Oil Company and Mobil Oil Company. But in some countries they have a joint venture. In other countries they are as a competitors. So not only you are seeing their local strategy, you are also having a watch on their global strategies. And how you can do that? Through news. You need to be aware of the news, business news channels or magazines, or their interviews to the business newscaster or the business news program, some things. So managers must be careful about the way information, especially competitive intelligence, is gathered to prevent concerns about whether these are legal or ethical. For example, there is a constant war between Microsoft, Google, and Apple, because these three are giant companies in softwares and OS providers, operating system providers. So Apple always are in search of getting good employees from, giving them more lucrative benefits to software, Microsoft employees to come to Apple. And on the other hand, Microsoft is always targeting Apple employees, key employees to come and work for Microsoft. Similarly, Google is also in between, working with the trying to get good intellectual people away from Microsoft and Apple. So whether this is legal or ethical, you need to devise that. Right? Maybe you are giving bribery to the Apple employees to tell them, okay, what's going on in the, right now is Chat GPT. Now Google has sent the red alert to the all Google company that due to this Chat GPT, now whether they are gathering intelligence from the Chat GPT organization is through bribery of the Chat GPT employees, or just hiring them, with more benefits. So it depends on, if they are found guilty, then they would be, they would be given fine, which is not in just thousands, it will be in millions, 650 million, 1 billion, is like that, right? So environmental scannings, what we need to scan: general environment, which is political, economic, social, technological, and then specific environment. Here comes the debate of legal and ethical. So there is no harm to hire a person with more salary, but if you are taking away a core employee of your competitors, then that is unethical. But there is no legal action on that. Okay, so based on industry, competitors, suppliers, customers. So what are the contemporary issues? The last objective that we use in our planning, that is the digital tools nowadays. Nowadays, your Facebook is giving you so much information. You can gather through companies page how many people subscribe to this, how many orders can be gathered through Facebook. It's like that. So digital tools, technology systems, softwares, social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitters, and others, you can get the business intelligence. There are companies who provide you this kind of, you need to pay them and they are providing you the information. All right. And now since the inception of virtual reality, it is now being crucial to see your planning, your or the factors that affecting you through the use of virtual reality, the three-dimensional interactive computer-generated experience. So potential application include interviewing job candidates, virtual meetings, complex job trainings, previewing office or plant layout. Right? So rather approaching a person who don't want to show his face, or a silent employee or something, which organization don't want anyone to reveal that this is our core employee or something, or this is our core product or something, we go for virtual reality, online meeting, this kind of stuff, so that we can protect our competitive intelligence, or we can explore the competitive intelligence as well. Right, everyone? So that's all. So you can pause the video here to review the learning objectives. All right, that we have covered it. Okay, so remember I would be uploading the assignment 4, and remember that would be due in our next class. But remember, we won't be having class, but we would be having our assignment. Okay, and remember our midterm is on 8th May. Right, everyone? Any question? Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, no questions.
Okay, good. Okay, then see you in after 2 weeks on a midterm day. Until then, take care. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Good luck. Bye bye.